Today, we are staging a time heist. We're breaking into the future to steal its most valuable secrets. Forget the 20-year-old crypto gurus. We're going straight to the source, to the people who have already crossed the finish line. We're cracking open their minds to steal the one thing they can't sell, the wisdom they wish they had when they were you. And it all starts with the single biggest regret I heard over and over again.
Just let that hit you for a second. That is the ghost of Christmas future sending you a text message. It is the #1 regret that can completely sabotage a lifetime of your hard work. And our mission today is to make absolutely sure that never happens to you. Look, this is probably the most important intelligence you will ever get. If you want to win the game of life, and I mean really win, then you have to join this mission. Annihilate that subscribe button, smash the like button, and tell me in the comments what high-stakes mission you want me to tackle next. All right, agents, let's get to work. Okay, we are not listening to so-called experts who haven't even lived yet. We're going straight to the generals, the veterans who have actually seen the battles. This is their after-action report, and it kicks off with a number that should be a 5-alarm fire drill in your head.
No, this is not a drill. 61% of people over 50 are terrified they're going to run out of money. How did this happen? Well, they walked right into a series of financial minefields. But here's the good news. They left us a map. We have the exact coordinates of every single trap. Let's go disarm them one by one.
I know what you're thinking. It's got to be some crazy investment, right? Some terrible crypto scam? Nope. The biggest mistake is the slow, silent assassination of your future wealth by an enemy you can't even see. It's the time you let slip away. 200 grand! That's a down payment on a house. That is the difference between retiring and retiring well. You see, compound interest is a legitimate superpower, but its kryptonite is waiting until later. Every single year you delay is a year of that magic you can never, ever get back. But there's an even sneakier villain in the story.
Oh yeah, this is the silent portfolio killer. Every time you get a raise, this little goblin whispers in your ear, "Hey, you deserve a nicer car, a bigger house, that fancy coffee machine." The retirees I talked to, man, they told me they bled thousands of dollars on luxury car leases and houses that stretched them to the brink, all to keep up an appearance that, let's be real, nobody else was even paying attention to.
It's not a bad stock tip. It's not getting scammed. It's one simple 4-letter word: fear. The absolute fastest way to vaporize your life savings is to panic.
Just look at this. This slide is a battlefield. Over here you have the fear zone back in 2009. The sky is falling, the market's a dumpster fire, and people are smashing the eject button, selling everything at the absolute worst possible moment. But on the other side, you have the patience zone. The people who just held on. They saw their portfolios not only recover, but then soar to new heights. The folks who panicked, they lost hundreds of thousands. The ones who held on, they're living a very, very different retirement today.
Okay, this one's a tough pill to swallow. It hurts. But nearly every single retiree I've spoke with admitted they helped their adult kids way too much, paying for things they could have handled themselves, and they did it at the direct expense of their own financial security. You gotta remember the airplane safety rule. You have to put your own oxygen mask on first.
All right, money can be earned back. But these next regrets, they're about the one currency you can never, ever reclaim. This is about the time they wish they could buy back, but no amount of money can do it.
I'll give you a hint. It's not your stock portfolio. The single most expensive asset you will ever neglect is your own body.
Think about that. They wish they had treated a daily walk with the same urgency as a critical board meeting. And why? Because all those preventable chronic conditions, they're not just limiting what these retirees can do, they are actively devouring their retirement savings with endless medical bills. Investing in your health today pays a dividend your portfolio could never even dream of. And this right here, this was a shockwave that hit almost every single person I talked to. They spent their whole lives complaining about their job, right? But the second it was gone, so was their entire social circle. The coffee breaks, the team lunches, the after-work hangouts, that was the entire architecture of their social lives. And when it vanished, they were left feeling completely and totally isolated. So here it is, your next directive, agent. You must avoid the friendship drift. Relationships, they're like a garden. If you don't actively maintain them, they wither and die. This incredible Harvard study, one of the longest studies on happiness in history, found that the #1 predictor of a long, happy life wasn't your bank account, it wasn't your career, it was the strength of your relationships. Now, let's talk about the internal battles. Because what became crystal clear after all these conversations is that the biggest, most dangerous traps weren't financial at all. They were mental. They were prisons that these people had built for themselves out of expectations, a lack of purpose, and a lifetime of fear.
So here's the first mental trap. Everybody thinks retirement is just one long vacation. And you know what? It is, for about 2 weeks. But expecting that feeling to last for 30 years is a one-way ticket to a full-blown identity crisis. Here's what the journey actually looks like.
So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to successfully navigate these 4 phases. You go from that vacation high to feeling completely lost and purposeless. The key is not getting stuck in phase 2. You have to actively fight your way into phase 3. That's the trial and error part. Trying new things, volunteering, learning skills you never had time for. That's the only path to phase 4, reinvention and finding a new purpose.
Now this is the ultimate cosmic irony. After a lifetime of discipline, of saving, investing, saying no to things, many retirees find they are psychologically incapable of flipping the switch to spend. They are so hardwired to save that using the money actually feels wrong. It feels dangerous.
And this is the heartbreaking result of that. They treated their portfolio like it was the finish line, when really it was always just the fuel for the rocket. They deeply regret not using that fuel to create memories when they were healthy enough, when their spouse was still with them, when their grandkids were young. The money is not the goal. The life that it lets you live is the goal.
Okay, we've seen the traps, we've analyzed all the intel, now here is the action plan. This is the Stolen Intelligence, your personal mission briefing to ensure you build a life with zero regrets.
This table right here, this is your cheat sheet for life. The big shift is from retiring from your job to retiring to a new purpose. It's investing in your health every single day, not someday. It's taking those big trips while you're young and can actually climb the stairs. This isn't some theory from a book. This is hard-won wisdom from the front lines.
And this is your tactical defense against financial chaos. A big cash cushion means you never have to sell your stocks on a down market. Having honest money talks with your partner means you're a team, not competitors. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about building a fortress of financial peace of mind.
And this, right here, is the final, most critical piece of intelligence. It all comes down to this single question. The future isn't built in giant leaps. It's built by the small, almost unnoticeable decisions you make every single day. The intel is now yours. The choice is yours. Your mission has begun.